All right, everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. What are they thinking and feeling? Well, I had a hard time picking which deck I was going to use to do this one today. I think tomorrow in the weekly reading, when we ask what actions they're going to take, I'm going to use the Rider Waite as the base deck. That's what I think at this moment. But right now, I got a tower at the bottom of this sucker. I think we got a lot going on. There's a lot of that's just randomly there, but it's important. It kind of lets me know the vibe of the deck right now, the vibe of the energy, and that's the one that called to me. So let's do it. Let's see where we go here. Let's shuffle the deck. One card for each sign. Again, I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. I'm just splitting a soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate with you. There's text at the top of the description that explains why there's no timestamps here for anybody who's new. All right? That being said, everybody else, you know the drill. We've been doing the Friday reading forever. The whole playlist of these, I created a Friday reading playlist, so they go all the way back. You know, they're all in there. All your favorites. All right. General reading, it may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you with here where you found Steve Leftery, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. I don't know when this is going to happen for you. I'm not divining out much further than, say, between now and Lionsgate, so it'll be between now and early August, right? A couple weeks maybe on the top side. I don't know. See where we go. I'm going to be putting up your write-up for August while I'm shuffling here. Probably in the next day or so. I'm going to try to bang it out today. All right? I'm going to try. And then I'll start your monthly readings for August on Sunday, the 27th. Right now, we got ourselves a Friday reading, and I got 10 wands. We've been seeing this a lot lately in relation to the incoming energies, haven't we? 10 wands. This very card, too, from the Light Seer deck. So the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is a lot of pressure. It's almost like somebody's putting pressure on themselves to do something or say something. I think they are, but I think the environmental energy is kind of helping that out a little bit, okay, forcing it a little bit. In fact, the environmental energy is such that, you know, you may find you have some like headaches and things like that. It's possible. I mean, go see a doctor if you think you need to, but this is the kind of energy that's around us right now that can cause pressure headaches. Sinus headaches and stuff like that in particular. But somebody here feels like they have a bit of a headache and you're it. All right? Or what they want to say to you is it. I don't know. Let's see where we go here. Okay. Ooh, look at this little guy. Let's get him off of there. Our story begins with position 1, ends with position 12. You can call it Aries and Pisces if you want to. I don't really care. Nothing in a name here. All right? It's just a name. All right. Aries. Position 1. We don't clarify this reading, but this is the most closely related to this, and it bookends the hot spot of the connection cycle with this theme energy where there's something for everybody. So yeah, 7 swords. Yeah, somebody. What did we talk about yesterday? I mean, that's the perfect card to fall out, isn't it? If you watched the reading, what was it, Venus in Cancer reading, right? A cavalcade, a avalanche, a tower of truth is falling on someone's head. We already saw the tower. Now we got the pressure, and now we got the bullshit. Somebody's really, again, somebody here is so used to lying that they don't know how to tell the truth. Okay? Especially when it comes to emotions. But I think there's a lot of pressure on them to tell the truth. But it's easier to lie. Of course it's easier to lie, right? Do I look nice in this outfit? Yeah, you look great. It's easier to say that than you look like a fucking eggplant with feet. I mean, you can't say, you know, certain things. Sometimes it's easier just to say, yeah, you look good. Somebody here is very used to lying about much bigger things than that, okay? So they're thinking there's a lot of pressure on them to tell you the truth about something, to answer your question about, well, what's it all mean? Taurus, position 2. 7 Pentacles. Somebody's sitting with their lies. We got a lot of people sitting with their lies. We got a lot of pressure here. The energy is perfect. This is divine timing. Some sort of divine timing between you and somebody else is happening for them to realize some shit about themselves. And I think you should let them. Okay? I think that's important. This is bullshit here. And they're not going to be able to sneaky deaky away from it. Why? Because I could see them. You could see them, right? It's hard to sneaky deaky away in a full moon type. It's what this is basically saying. The energy right now is lighting up the lies. Okay? Big time. All right? Not that we're in a full moon energy, but you catch my drift. You can see the imagery on the card, right? All right. Gemini, position 3. The Fool. Somebody's realizing that you're a risk. They want to take a leap of faith. Somebody's thinking about reaching out to you. Somebody's thinking about reaching out to you. Okay? Somebody wants to start a new life, and tag, you're it. Okay? It's very simple. It's a very simple read. I think they're heavily influenced by energies around them, and that's where their pressure is, right? And I've told you this before. There's a King of Wands that influences this person in their ear. You can get a bit of Stockholm syndrome. It can really hold people where they are, I'll tell you. All right, let's see. Position 4, Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle. It bookends bullshit over here. Something here for everybody. It's the all signs position, no matter what. 4 of Swords. Somebody's healing the lies. Somebody's looking at their lies. Somebody's sitting with it. Somebody's not happy about their behavior. Somebody knows that they've been full of crap. Or, I won't bullshit you, for some of you, your person thinks you're full of crap. And they might come and call you on it. Okay? That's just for a few of you. But I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. The energy flows both ways. This ain't Rainbow Unicorn Tarot. Okay? So, take it as it resonates to you. If you're not lying, you got nothing to worry about, right? Okay. All right. There you go. Let's see where we're at here. I don't think you lied. Not a Steve's Love Tarot viewer. No. Oh my God. This is going to make for very interesting. What actions are they going to take in tomorrow's reading? Because I'm not seeing, aside from this, what they're just thinking about, I'm not seeing a whole lot of action here. Okay, we'll see. Leo, position 5, the Leo soap opera. What did I do before I pulled this card? Rewind. I said position 5, the Leo soap opera. I went, didn't I? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that the sound he'd make? Right? Yeah, it's right there. It's old self-sabotage. That's your person's name. That's their street name, self-sabotage. 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 That's what they call them down at the pool hall. Right? Self-sabotage. It's the same shit. Somebody's thinking about how they can make you go away. And guess what? Guess what? If you can see you too, you're right there. You see you right there? You're not going anywhere. You're living rent-free in this person's head right now, as you have been for a long, long time. And sometimes they ignore you, and sometimes they don't. I tell you what bodes well for you, if you're part of the Leo soap opera. The Earth. I refuse to say the Sun in Leo, because the Sun is not going anywhere. Early astrology calculated that the Earth was the center of everything. It's not. The Sun is. But the Earth is in Leo right now. What astrologers might tell you, the Sun is in Leo. Whatever the case, okay? That bodes well for you, however you want to look at it. All right? It's the damn Earth that moved. All right, here we go. The Earth moves through the zodiac signs. It's very nice. It's very nice. I wish I could clarify that. I know there's all kinds. I do all kinds of yelling and screaming at this damn person. I know. The same old says. All right, position 6, Virgo. Sometimes my wild card. Sometimes you guys show up here. Page of Pentacles. Huh. I'm gonna give you a weird read on this. This is not you guys. This is somebody attached to you. Somebody's learned something about you. Somebody around you has learned something about you, or thinks they've observed something about you by spying of some sort. This is my biggest energy, is spying. So spying could just be watching you, right? It could be. I mean, or looking at your picture. It doesn't have to be creepily driving by your house. Anyway, I'll phrase it this way, because there's probably a devil attached to this somewhere. Somebody's learned something about you, and they don't like it. It rubs them the wrong way. I'm going to tell you, the reason I said there's probably a devil attached to that is because they actually do like it. They just don't want to admit it. Okay? So it's a bit of that. We'll see what actions they're going to take tomorrow. Maybe that devil will show up, maybe it won't. But that's my read on that. Okay? Wow, I went deep for you. I went 2 or 3 layers in, so don't make me pay for it. But that was, yeah, that's nice. I like it. No, I do. I like it. I mean, you could people's reactions to things tell you a lot, right? Like if you ask, let's say somebody you suspect or you know somebody did something negative. Let's just say that's the case, right? You know somebody did something negative, right? And you confront them with it. right? How they react to it. What's interesting is a lot of times what you're looking for is for a denial first, and then, silence of some kind. Okay, you don't want them to over-explain it. But what you often get is somebody just go, how dare you say such a thing? How dare you? They react like that and they go all crazy. But what you'll notice, and you never want to point this out because then they will, what you'll notice is they never actually denied it. Right? They just went hog wild crazy on telling you what an asshole you were for saying such a thing or suggesting such a thing. Right? It's a bit of that kind of energy here where somebody is fronting a lot. Somebody is pretending that they don't like something about you that they've observed, but they actually do. I think they may confront you with that. Okay? I think they may come up and talk to you about that. We'll see what happens tomorrow. All right? All right. Just saying. That's all. And don't call them on it. If somebody does do that to you, if they're a little overreactionary about something you're doing, just smile. You know they actually like it. They've just been triggered. That's all. Libra, position 7. 7 of Wands. I want to call it spying, but it's not. You've got some. This is going to be my star of the show in tomorrow's reading, I bet. Or maybe this one. These are always psychologically fun for me. I always like those. But the psychology aspect. But somebody here's casing you out, like casing out the joint. They're not. I don't want to call it spying. I want to call it more. It's sort of tied to this a little bit in its own little way, where somebody's trying to find your Achilles heel, right? Somebody's trying to find a flaw. Okay, I don't know what that means. I think on the plus side, if it's a love thing, because this is Steve's love tarot, it's just somebody trying to find an excuse to talk to you, trying to find something you have in common, trying to find an excuse to talk to you. I don't know. It'll be very interesting. But it's my casing out the joint. Okay, so you're being watched by somebody. Keep that in mind. Don't let it creep you out. I don't think there's anything nefarious going on here. Position 8, my hot Scorpios. 9 of Pentacles. You're sort of on your own right now. There's no energies interacting here. There's nothing. Your energy field is all by itself. You're doing fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay? It's not to say nothing will come up here tomorrow. I mean, I can pull near future influence. I'm just telling you right now, as I pull this, nobody's thinking anything good. Nobody's thinking anything bad. Everybody's going about their thing. All the energies around you. Your energy is independent. And you're thriving. You're doing good. Whatever you're doing, you're on the right path. That's the message for you. Okay? That's nice. I like it. All right? Especially after this fucker. That's really nice. And this fucker. The reason I make coffee at home, right there, my coffee house guy. Always somebody out there. All right. Position 9, Sagittarius. Sometimes separate from the cycle. Sometimes part of it. Always interesting. Yep. Here we go today. The 2 of Swords. I want to talk about treading water, walking through mud, walking through deeper mud than you thought it was. I don't know if it's you or somebody else. You might feel like you're swatting at crows right now, if it's you. Roles can be reversed. Maybe somebody's if it's somebody coming in, they're trying to convince you of something, and they feel like they're beating their head against the wall because you're never going to see their point of view, and you don't have to see their point of view. And if this is you and you're trying to do the same thing for somebody else, stop it. Stop trying to get people around to your point of view. If they're not going to, they're not going to. It's not worth the energy. Okay, I would say if this were me, if I were in this energy, right, I would probably turn to you and say, I don't hate myself enough to keep trying to convince this person of something. Okay? Somebody else is going to keep trying at you if it's an incoming energy. Let them. It's fine. I want to take kind of a water off a duck's back approach here. Okay? It's all good. Whatever. Right? All right. Capricorn, position 10. 3 of... my children. My handless girl. I hope she's not a lefty. Right? I mean, if you're left-handed and that's rare all by itself, and then you lost your left hand. Oh, man. I'd be like, why does the universe hate me so much? What the hell? But... yet somebody finds you immature. I'm just going to put it that way. Somebody finds you a useless tool. Right? Look, I don't joke about anything or say anything that's not part of the energy. It's kind of what, so somebody find, I'm going to put it that way. Someone attached to you that you have a soul connection with thinks you're a useless tool, immature. I'm not going to call Steve's viewer Capricorn position because, and it doesn't matter what your sign is. This ain't your horoscope. It's slice number 10. Right? You know who this is, It'd be somebody that disparages you from time to time. It could be near future influence. They might not be here yet, right? Okay? They might not be here yet. All right. Okay. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. All right, position 11, Aquarius, my other wild card spot. You guys got to show up somewhere. You probably have to show up here. All right, I think. All right. Wow, useless tool. Really? Like a left-handed girl without a left hand. Okay, all right. Calm the fuck down, motherfucker. That's not nice. All right. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, and definitely don't put out an energy of hate. It's a terrible thing to do. All right, don't hate things. I don't think somebody hates you here, but they getting close. All right, here we go. 9 of Wands. This is you guys. You're resistant to something, and I can dig why. This is you guys showing up here, so this is for a good number of you. There's going to be something, or there is something. It could be near future influence in a Friday reading easily, but the energy is here for it, or I wouldn't be getting it. There's something that you're resistant to that you shouldn't be, or you're putting up all kinds of, well, I got to speak in metaphors here, but you're putting up all kinds of security systems and this and that and the other thing and blah, 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 blah to keep something out that's already in. Take it as it resonates. All right? Sort of like you've got a house, right? You're setting up, you pay to have a big alarm system put in. Now nobody can get in. Ha! Turns out the bad guy's already in there, right? He's been living in your fucking attic. He just comes down at night. That kind of a thing. I don't know. You've got to take it as it resonates. I know it's a little cryptic, but those are the ways I can phrase it. So rewind, listen to what I said here because I forgot already, and just, take it as it resonates. We'll see what actions tomorrow. You'll probably show up here again tomorrow. Okay, I'll write that down. All right. We do this all the time, though. We always do. It's human nature. But anyway, something you're resistant to, I guess, that you shouldn't be, or you're overprotecting for something that's already infiltrated your wall that you put up or whatever. I don't know. Okay. That's crazy. I wish I could clarify that. Let me just take a peek here. Okay. I'm going to break a rule just for a moment because you guys showed up here, and this is for most of you watching. I just grabbed the top card off the Witches. It's a 3 of Swords, but the way I grabbed it, it was reversed, but the card wasn't reversed. You know what I'm saying? I pulled with the red side down, so it's a 3 swords upright, but when I looked at it, it looked like that when I flipped it, so it was reversed. So what I'm saying is you might be afraid of getting hurt, and you don't have to. Or you're looking at something wrong, you might be afraid of getting hurt, but you're already hurt. Right? It's sort of like debt. Right? If you're already $50,000 in the hole with your credit cards, another couple of grand ain't gonna fucking kill anything. You might as well just fucking charge it. At some point you're just beyond fucked. So you might as well just keep fucking. It's sort of that energy. If you're not gonna get hurt more if you're already hurt, and if you're not already hurt and you're afraid it's something that's gonna hurt you, you're probably not gonna get hurt. It's not gonna play out the way you think it is. Okay? That's all. I broke a rule. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a rebel. Oh my God. All right. Pisces, position 12. I always read with 1 and 5. Oh, what a pair you got. A lion sack of shit trying to get away, and the reason I make coffee at home, who's pretending you're not there, but you're there. Wonderful. Good for you. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you got it's Fakey McFakerman energy. You have somebody around you. This isn't your, we can't be together because I'm married, we're going to, this isn't that runner, that big one or something. This is somebody, a soul connection around you who is so fucking phony around, who is so fucking fake. They think they're fooling you, and I think they might be. Be careful about that, okay? Be careful. Somebody, I don't know how else to phrase it. It's fakey McFakerman. And it's tied to a 7 of Swords and a 5 of Swords. I think this came up for you before. You've got somebody around you that's worried that you'll see the real them. And you'd probably like the real them. That's the funny part, but this isn't the real them. But you're not seeing the real them. You know, it is what it is. That's what I got. All right, let's. If it's a repeat message, it means you didn't pay attention to it last time, or it's getting closer in its near future influence. But yeah, it feels like a repeat message on the Pisces thing. A little bit. Okay. Anyway, don't rack your brain trying to figure out who this is. It's not worth it. It'll reveal itself. You know. If somebody tells you something and it smells fishy, it probably is. Trust your instincts, okay? Pisces. Right? All right, here we go. All right, let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card. And have the universe add all this up. Add it up, universe. What do we got here? Add it up. Four cups at the bottom. Crossing the center card I'm going to pull. Always encouraging. Justice. Ace of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles. It's sort of the Who has it's the Who. The Who has a song called "Won't Get Fooled Again," right? This is where somebody is, you know, but they know it's where you are too. You know, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, right? It's a bit of that. Get on my knees and pray that we won't get fooled again. Yeah, it's a bit of that. Somebody knows that they've got to come clean or be honest with you, but they know that in the process they'll probably lose you. They're not quite at the point yet, not yet in this energy, where they're brave enough to try and not care, although I know that energy is coming from a recent reading. However, somebody knows they missed a golden opportunity. Somebody attached to you knows that they missed a golden opportunity with you, and they'd like to see some justice on it, but they're still trying to find ways to a lie of omission can work. They're still trying to find ways to sneak away from it. I mean, it really does. It sums it up. The 10 of Wands at the bottom with the 7 of Swords really sums up the whole energy right now. But it's just the way it is. The DM side of the soulmate cycle is no different than the DM energies out in the real world out there, outside the soulmate cycle. Everybody's a blame shifter. It's nobody's fault. And when stuff is nobody's fault, it just the buck keeps getting passed around until eventually people just forget about it and it goes away. You know, it just fades away. That's sort of what this is here. This is a person who does not want to take responsibility for the fact that they may have hurt another person, right? And they're hoping it'll just go away. But the thing is you're not going away. You're there. And you're showing up in this reading in little bits and pieces all over the place. Right? And you showed up here in a very prominent position. Okay? You have it's clear from the position 11 and all of this that you have the power here. Okay? So use it. And use it wisely. But, you know, yeah. We'll see what actions they're going to take tomorrow. Tomorrow on the weekly reading, we pull, same thing. We clarify. We ask what actions they're likely to take. But we need this for context. I'll write down a few of these. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.